telling them that I was a teacher, and when we moved to Baltimore, God, how many years ago? 30-some years ago, I think. 40 years ago. And so I taught at a school.
Now 5 or 6.
I gotta stop my story again.
He was all loud.
Well, he does own the place.
Go ahead.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here it goes. First of all, start from the beginning. I was born in a little place called Montserrat. It is so small, it's the dot on the map. My sister and I used to search world maps, and if we ever saw that dot that represented Montserrat, we would circle it, cut it out, and put it on our wall, because that meant that we were actually existing. However, I moved here 40 years ago, and I was kind of bored, and I said, you know what, I want to. But in my life in Montserrat, I was a teacher, so I got a job teaching school here. And I tell you what, my husband preached a sermon on me in church because I used to pray for snow. Oh Lord, please let it snow. And I would go to the window and I say, no more snow, damn. because I like to do stuff, and I like to know that I can actually make my achievement. And it was just, so he said to me one day, he says, you know, you're always fussing about that stuff that when you read the papers. Why don't you start a paper? And I said, you know what, that's a pretty good idea. I'm going to start a paper. He said, you sure? And I said, yeah, I'm going to start a paper. He said, do you know what to do? I said, well, I'm going to find out. And that was it. Basically, we started to chat to people, and we found a printer, Carroll County Times. And about 10 years after we had doing business with him, he said to me, you know, the day that I saw you and your husband coming here, I said, oh Lord, another set of people who are going to end up owing me a ton of money. He said, but I guess he didn't understand what kind of people we were. Once I put my mind to it, and I always had the support of my husband. Once I put my mind to something, it's easy to do stuff because you can find out things, you can ask people. I find that people are very generous with information. You know, if they know that you're doing the right thing. Right now, you know how I knew what how to do ads? Somebody wanted to, it was the mechanic when it was prospering, called me and wanted to place an ad with me, and they were asking me about a media kit. And I'm saying, what the earth is a media kit? I have no idea what a media kit is. And I got on the phone and called up Trey and Burden and Charles, and who answered the phone? Mr. Burden. And I said, you know what? I want to know what the media kit was. He told me to come to the office, gave me a whole bunch of information. So what I'm saying is that people are always willing to give you information if they know that you're really sincere with what you're doing. And it was the same thing with Carroll County Times. What they did is they set me up with a woman, but my luck was that she was an artist, a graphic artist, but she was working in the supermarket part. So she got to draw the bananas and the apples and whatever was on sale. When I came there, I said, you know what? I want a pretty paper. She said, okay, I gave you a pretty paper. And so, because I didn't know the mechanics of the papers, what it was supposed to be, I made a paper that I would like. And I said, I know I'm not the only person in the world who wants a paper like that. And so that's why our paper has always been quite different to other newspapers, you know, and everything just kind of grew like that. And the first papers that came on, people liked them, and a lot of people offered to help me. But the biggest help that I got, two people, was Mr. John Murphy and Mr. Freddie Howard. And they were both Afro people. So I got the benefit of 100 years of information, knowing what to do, how to do it, what to ask. And after that, the rest is kind of history.
The rest is your story.
That is my story, and I'm sticking with it.
That's a wonderful.
That was
yeah.
good. I wish I had taken it this way. Now you know Finesse is going to kill me.